Hello everyone, my name is Emily and today we will be talking about how fast fashion impacts the environment. Let's start with the question, how many times have you looked at your full wardrobe and said, I have nothing to wear? Well, most of us, including me, have said this million times before going out. I always wonder, why do we feel this way? And I found the answer after reading some articles. One article from Vogue mentioned that we are so consumed by social media, which is constantly influences us by more clothes, even when we already have plenty. This leads to our consumerism of fast fashion because it's cheap, trendy, and easy to access. But do you know how much these cheap clothes affect our environment? Fast fashion produces massive amount of goods that follow every trend. As someone who graduated from a vocational high school majoring fashion, I can relate to this issue. I've seen firsthand how quickly trends change. It could take just 1 year, months, or even weeks. And every time we produce clothes, fabric scraps are inevitable. And now, can you imagine how many scraps fast fashion produces? What happens to the unsold goods? They become textile waste. In fact, according to Earth.org, the fashion industry generates around 92 million tons of textile waste every year. This waste not only contributes to overflowing landfills, but also releases harmful gases as it decomposes. We talked about air and water pollution the other day, but we barely talked about pollution from the fashion industry. Did you know that the fashion industry is responsible for about 10% of global carbon emissions? That is more than the emissions from all international flights and maritime shipping combined. Also, it takes about 7,500 liters of water to produce just one pair of jeans. That's enough water for one person to drink for 7 years. Fast fashion also contributes to 20% of global wastewater, which is a huge environmental concern. So how can we solve this problem? In high school, I learned about the importance of quality in clothing. Unfortunately, fast fashion often uses low quality materials that are not meant to last long. Many sustainable brands nowadays create a higher quality clothing, but they can be more expensive than fast fashion, which can make it tough for people on a budget to choose them. However, supporting this sustainable brand is a step for the right decision. But I understand that not everyone, myself included, can always afford high quality pieces. So, how do we support the environment on a budget? One great solution is thrifting. Thrifting has become a popular trend in Indonesia, especially during pandemic. When people were more conscious about spending their money and access to fast fashion were limited, I personally love thrifting because it's more affordable and sometimes I find cool vintage pieces. Even though I love fashion, I sometimes think fast fashion is a bit too expensive for many of us in Indonesia. So, thrifting is the perfect solution. It's not only a cheaper option, but it also helps reduce textile waste by giving clothes a second life. This way, we can support the environment without spending too much. To wrap it up, fast fashion really hurts our environment. It creates tons of waste and pollutes our water, which is not good for our planet. While it's tempting to grab those cheap, trendy clothes, we have to remember the cost to the earth. But don't worry, because there are ways to make a difference. We can choose to support a sustainable brand, reuse what we already have, or go thrifting. By being smarter about our fashion choices, we can help reduce waste and protect our environment. Thank you guys for listening.